Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a little behind, but I am playing along. LorriMarie Jenkins, who does a lot of wonderful, wonderful altered books and things, has a challenge for December. This is 2018, December 2018. Her challenge is a altered book using a cover, and I want to play along. I'm a little behind as far as getting it done. She says that you have until the end of the month to get it finished. This is the book I've chosen, partially because of its size. It's nice and thick in the spine, and it has a good size for what the project is. So that's my book cover, and I'm going to work on that in a little bit. But I thought I'd show you some of the papers I pulled so that you could see what I have in my mind. These are some wallpaper from a wallpaper sample book. Sorry for the glare. And I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to use them yet or anything like that, but that's, you know, she used a lot of different kinds of paper, and she put in about 3 signatures. And this is one of those cards from junk mail. And because this is a music book and I plan to leave part of the cover uncovered, I'm going to use quite a bit of music paper in here, I think. This is some hymnal sheet paper, so it's real thin. This is some other music paper from another music book. This is some book pages. Oh, I thought I had more book. There they are. This is some book pages. Now she had 3 spines in hers, or 3 signatures in hers, and I'm probably going for that too. I kind of pulled 3 of everything that I have. This is I think it's an AARP magazine that somehow I got for the paper that it's made out of, not for anything else, just for the junk paper. I have some dictionary sheets, and this is pretty sturdy dictionary paper. It's from a big dictionary. I wanted some pretty good sized pages. And then I have some map atlas paper, and I have some, this is newsprint, this is packing paper. And it's a big sheet, and I'm probably going to tear it down to 4 sheets is my plan. Now, one of the things about this book is that it's kind of new, and I don't really want the new look to it. My plan is to grunge it up a little bit. But first, let's get the pages out of here. I thought that was going to be easy. Huh. Okay. Now this is a textbook, so it's put together pretty sturdy. This is not going as well as I expected. There we go. There. Okay. See, it's even got its original receipt in it. I may save that for someplace else. I don't know that I'll use it, but I might. So let's just do that. Now, the book that I like older books. I grabbed this book from the last library book sale. And the reason I grabbed it is it's got some interesting images in it. Not for the cover. And then I decided I would use the cover. So, oh, it did not come loose there. There we go. I'll show you some of the images. Let me put this knife up. It doesn't have a lot, but when we go to the library book sale, we get the books for $5 for a whole bag. So I probably just grabbed it up. But I thought there was some interesting images in it. And see here, there's some masters paintings in it. There's some, this is Beethoven. So I'll probably use some of the images out of this in my pages when I get to putting it together. But for the moment, I'm just going to set that aside. And like I said, I decided I don't really like how shiny this is. So what I'm going to do is I have this. This is just what was in the house. It's a squishy abrasive pad. It should, I've tried it a little bit. It'll grunge it up a little, and that's really what I want. It's not so much that I want it sanded, but I want it kind of gotten a little wear on it. And I'm not worrying about the edges as much because I am planning on putting some stuff around the edges. We'll see, you know, I may change my mind. Let's put this away. Okay, we need a nice soft napkin. And that, of course, got it all. Got dust everywhere. Okay. Now, when we took the middle out, we, of course, weakened the spine. And so I'm going to put something in there. And I'm going to use this brown paper for a lot of different things today, so I'm probably just going to cut some of it to put in there. This is just a grocery bag. And I'm just cutting it apart. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to wrap it around to the front side, so I'm going to just give myself enough to wrap around. And I'm going to use my Mod Podge. And I'm going to put a good amount in there. This brown paper will soak it up. Okay. And then you want to push it down in the spine so that it really gets into there. That one's not sticking out. Sometimes these little cards get up and walk away. And you want to make sure it's glued down real well. If it's not sticking, put some more glue on it. I didn't work fast enough, and therefore all under my paper it's drying out before I get it stuck down. part of it stuck and part of it didn't. So I'm just gonna tuck some glue onto there. This poor little brush never gets taken proper care of. Okay, now I'm going to clip these like so and give it just a little bit of an angle so that when I fold them up to the other side, it will bend. I have Mod Podge on my mat, so and that's okay. I just don't want to get everything sticky. Another thing is these brown paper grocery sacks, the longer you work with them damp, the more flexible they become. So that does help. Okay, I think we'll put some on the paper this time too. Maybe that'll help us a little bit. Ugh. I didn't pull my little pieces out. This is just reinforcement. It's really not about the decoration or what it looks like. It's about making the spine sturdier. Now I'm going to set this aside for just a little bit and let it dry just a touch before I go on. See here, it's just a little sturdier here. I'm gonna add more layers so it'll stiffen it up even more. But I have a few other things to do and I can let that dry just a little bit. Alrighty, now then, it was really interesting. LorriMarie did this technique with the brown paper bags. Sorry, my throat was getting dry. What she did was she took these bags. Now, let me see here. We're going to emboss, use our embossing folders in the Big Kick and emboss some pieces of this. And And she did this on her cover. Now I don't want to make these too small because we're going to glue 2 pieces together. And I don't want glue squishing out all over my machine. So by having them a little bit bigger than the folder, the glue should not squish out onto my machine. Just ornery. This bag has been folded up until it does not want to unfold. Now these are a little bit hard to come by these days. The grocery stores we shop in don't ever have them. If you can't find brown paper bags, construction paper from the hardware store, you can buy a roll of brown paper that they use to protect flooring, either in the paint department. So a paint store will also have the same kind of brown paper. It's just heavy, heavy brown craft paper. I'm hoping I can get 2 of these out of each piece. Don't know if I can or not, so we're going to find out. Yep. Okay, so that one's ready. And this folder's smaller, so it's definitely going to work with 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put glue all in the middle of this. By glue, I mean Mod Podge. And I'm not going to go all the way out to the edges because I do not want it squishing out in my big kick. So I'm just going to... Now, as the paper takes the moisture from the Mod Podge, it will kind of soften down a little bit. Oh, I did go right in the middle. That's okay because it's folded. It's not going to squish out. So, well, I didn't fold it even. And I'm just going to set these aside for a second while I do the next one. You don't want them to dry completely. You want them to be a little bit damp so that when you emboss it, this was just the coolest technique I thought that she had done. And like I said, as the moisture works down into the fibers of the paper, it will kind of soften up a little bit. And see, now I'm not getting any ooze out the sides. As long as I put my folders on from the middle, everything should be just fine. Now, you might, if your paper bag has writing on it, you want to put the writing in the middle unless you want the writing to show. Only one more, guys, at least for now. I can do some more later. Now, I do water my Mod Podge down just a little bit. I buy it in big gallon jugs, and it seems to be just a little too thick to work with. Since I haven't bought a small jar in a long time, I don't know if the small jars might be a little more runny than these are, than the gallon is. Oh, that just made a mess. I just, in a couple of cups, I put maybe, 3 or 4 tablespoons of water. It just seems to make it easier to work with. Okay. Let's put the lid back on that so I don't spill it. Okay. And you don't need to really worry about it. You're gonna squash them. So see that it's still flexible. It's still damp. So I'm gonna set those up there. And put this up here. Okay. I think, give me a second, let me see if I can back out some. Nope, that's as far as it's going to back out. I can never remember which plate to use for what, so I have to always look. Luckily, it has pictures, because otherwise I would not know. Okay, embossing folders. It depends on which ones. I think we're going to go with the red plate. Okay, so this is the first one I'm going to start with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the folded edge of my paper into the folded edge of my embossing folder so that anything that squishes will squish out this way. Okay. Oh, I have to put it between the two thingies. I always forget something. Get all the way up in there. I really want it all. May have to stand up to do this. Oh my, isn't that fabulous? Now, the ink squished through the paper some, so I'm probably going to need to wash my embossing folders when I'm done. Can you see that? Isn't that neat? So I wouldn't leave my embossing folders too long without washing them, guys. Okay. Because it actually came right through the paper. It may have been that my paper bag was just a little thinner. Oh, but this is fabulous. Just fabulous. Okay. I'm going to set that one aside and do these other two, and then I'm going to go wash my folders out. I'll do some more of these later when I don't want to make you watch all day long. I got these too wide. Okay. Can't do it sitting down. Again, this is just, it is stuck to my folder. So let's see how look at how the design came out so crisp and neat. Okay. Oh, and this is just gorgeous. I'm going to be doing a lot of this. This is just beautiful. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I need to wash those folders. I do not want to leave glue in them. Okay, I came back. Fair warning, the glue does not come out of those embossing folders real well, so you want to have a nice warm bucket of water or bowl of water so you can stick those little embossing folders right in, and then it comes out just fine. You just don't want to let it get dry in there, I don't think. I would say that's not a wise decision. I want to show you one more thing today because there's a lot of this to do. She does all of these papers, she gessos. And so I have been working on some of that already. I'm not covering my papers completely. I'll show you some that are dry in a few minutes. It's more about having a background behind your gesso so that you can draw or write or however you want to work on this. So like that one's done. Now I have to have a place to put that. Let's put it right up here. And then you just go on and you just continue gessoing all these papers. And And I am not going to make you sit here and watch me do this, because that would be really boring. But I want to show you what I have done and how it looks. Let me put the lid back on. And I'm going to be doing that between now and the next time I come and work on this again. So I have, put your hand right in it, Tanya. I have gessoed a whole bunch of these. Where did they go? They're down here underneath this. Here's a piece of dictionary paper. See how I've gessoed on the surface of it? The thing of it, and you're supposed to do both sides. I'm not sure I can stand the feel of that. It's not too bad once you get it dry. So what we're supposed to do is gesso both sides. And so I'm going to work on that, but I'm not going to make you watch. So guys, I'm going to go for today. I hope you enjoyed this part, and I'll be back in, I don't know, whenever I get a chance, and I will be working on my cover some more, and hopefully have all this gesso stuff done so that we can do something different. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. We don't do a video without having a creativity quote. This is 1001 Ways to Creativity. You can play without being creative, but you can't be creative without playing. Well, 99% of what I do is playing, so that's a good thing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.